What's going on, everyone? This is Jason at SportsBoxBreaks.com coming to you live on 8/12/2025. I am doing our 2024 Panini Football Cello box 3-box mixer. It contains 2 boxes of 2024 Don Russ and 1 of 2024 Absolute. All cards shipped, guys. Hits are going to be relics, the blue exclusives, any autos or numbered cards. Let me just adjust this, and I'll tell you who's got who. All right, here we go. We have Joe W. with the Cardinals, Angelo with the Falcons, Joe W. Ravens, Bills, and Panthers, James D.T. Bears, Joe W. with the Bengals, Dalton W. with the Browns, Joe W. Cowboys, Broncos, Mike K. has the Lions, Christopher J. with the Packers, Dalton has the Texans and the Colts, Joe W. has the Jags and the Chiefs, Mark B. has the Raiders, Joe W. has Chargers, Rams, Dolphins, Brian M. with the Vikings, James D.T. with the Patriots, Joe W. with the Saints, Mark B. with the Giants, Tom K. with the Jets, Dalton W. with the Eagles, Joe W. Steelers, 49ers, Seahawks, Buccaneers, Dalton W. with the Titans, and Angelo M. has the Commanders. All right, guys, again, all cards are going to ship. If you're following us on Instagram or Facebook, we just started streaming there today. Check out, we're also on YouTube. Links in the chat for our breaks. 60% off that remaining Panini. We also have some 2024 breaks almost filled, ready to go on the site. We have some 2025 breaks that need some help. We also have some personals we could do 10% off using personal 10. All right, so I'm going to do the 2 Don Russ first. So, where did I slice that now? I guess it doesn't matter. There's a Don Russ, and here's the other Don Russ. All right. Good luck, guys. Let's fill up that 2020 mixer, make it a sold-out night. And like I said, I'm going to be gone for about a week. I'll get all these out. I'll be gone for roughly a week of doing breaks. Next 2 weekends are booked up, being the end of summer and right before class starts. All right. Yeah, I think they put on the solicitation 4 blues per box. It's 4 blues per pack. Going to be a lot of hits coming out. Everybody should get a little something, but let's get some of the big names in there. I already see a Lad McConkey, which isn't bad. Let's get a downtown or a kaboom, guys. Who's hanging out over on Instagram? Who's on Facebook? See who's going on YouTube. All right. Even off the stacks. Here we go. Let's look through them. Good luck, guys. All right. Let's get a focus here. Again, everything's going to ship. All right, TJ Hawkinson starting it off. White Hot Rookies. Malik Neighbors. Not bad. All right, here we go. Russell Wilson. The Rookies. Roman Wilson. Derrick Henry. Raheem Mostert. And Ben Sinnott. Rated rookie there. All right. Next set. Oh, I see something sparkly in there. Breece Hall. Ooh, look at that one. Retro Jaden Daniels. Congrats there. Angelo. Nice little retro Jaden Daniels. That's a pretty cool looking card. You got Justin Hebert, a.k.a. Herbert. We got a Ladd McConkey. I think that retro is a blue retro, too, on top of it. All right, Jim McMahon. Nice. Eagles. This is the reason I'm a Charger fan. Drake London, Cooper Kupp, Ryan Flournoy. Brian Robinson Jr. Roll Tide. How about a George Kittle? Trey Hendrickson, Harold Landry. A nice all-time Antonio Gates card. That one's pretty neat. And Javon Baker. Again, everything's going to ship here. We got Brock Purdy, Dalton Kincaid, and Derek Carr. Jermaine Burton is the rookie. Luke Musgrave, C.J. Mosley, Roll Tide, Foy Olokun, and Isaiah Davis. All right, that's the first half of box 1 of Don Russ. So far, the Jaden Daniels is in the lead as the big hit. And let's check out box 2 here. All right, Pacheco, Joe Thuney, Tyler Lockett, Devontae Adams. There's a Malachi Corley. Those are pretty neat. Devontae Walker. Jake McCarthy base in there. All right, something shiny coming at us. Drew Bledsoe, Steve Atwater, Javon Baker, the rookies, Elite Series rookies, and Johnny Hecker, like a Panther, a Panther punter, and Jace McClellan, Roll Tide. Oh yeah, I forgot. I uploaded these again in case you missed them. I gotta move them all over to the Instagram feed now. Jake Ferguson. A.J. Brown. Jahmyr Gibbs. Daniel Hunter. And Jalen Wright. Will Levis showing up there. All right, we got Danny White. Action All Pros. Brandon Graham. So we got Waller, Pittman, and Jared Wiley as our next Blues. Nine left in the 2020, guys. 9 left. Justin Fields. Dawson Knox, Charles Woodson, Jordan Morgan. Terry McLaren, Myles Garrett, Cade Otton, and Edrin Cooper. Road to the Super Bowl. Wild card. And that'll do it. All right. So I really like the Jaden we pulled. All right. That's box 1. Let's go back to this angle and go to box 2 here of the Donruss. All right, here we go, box 2. Let me do this. Pull these out like that. There we go. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got in this second box. All right, Dave Robinson, Anthony Richardson, Mushood Muhammad, Neil Smith, and Kamini Vidal. All right, I see something sparkly. Drew Bledsoe, again. Steve Atwater. Keon Coleman this time. Nice one there. And there's Johnny Hecker. So same collation here. And Jared Wiley. Terry McLaren. Myles Garrett. Harold Landry. Jalen Wright. There's a Terry Bradshaw insert. Getting a bunch of repeats here. Let's mix it up a little. All right, George Kittle. Trey Hendrickson. Code Otton. There's a Thurman Thomas and a Jace McClellan. Roll Tide. Romeo Dobbs. Richard Sherman, Josh Palmer, J.C. Latham. How about Fridge? All right, last stack here. Something shiny. Elite Series card. Jake Ferguson, Latu, Garrett Wilson, Aiden O'Connell, and Jeremiah Trotter Jr. All right, let me move this stack so I don't knock it all over the place. All right, next up. Johan Dotson. All right, C.J. Stroud. Kirk Cousins. DK Metcalf Elite Series. Tyreek Hill. Jordan Morgan. Travis Kelce. Michael Wilson. Corinne Williams. Ray Davis rated rookie throwback. And Xavier Leggett rookie. Hey, we got an auto, guys. Kelvin Joseph for the Kansas City Chiefs. Who's got the chefs? Chiefs. Joe W. Very nice. All right, we got DeAndre Swift, Wandale Robinson, Mark Brunell, and Jatavian Sanders. See Green coming. Kendrick Bourne, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Legend Series, Harold Carmichael, Zaire Franklin, and Roman Wilson rookie. A.J. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs Roll Tide, Daniel Hunter, and Isaiah Davis. Last group of blue here. We got Jalen. Let's see him in the 2020. Zay Flowers, Jamal Williams, Javon Baker. And then our bomb squad, Tyreek Hill. And that'll do it. All right. Now we got the absolute box left. Let's see what we can get out of there. Every one of those blue cards I will encase for you, as they are hits. Exclusives to this. All right. 20 cards per pack, 12 packs per box. A little bit less than the Donruss, but see if we can pull something big. 3 exclusive parallel blues per pack. On average. How about a kaboom? Why not us? Why not us? Let's go nuts. Or are we going to save the kaboom for the absolute in the 2020 product? How about that? There is a card turned around right here. Could be an auto. There is something turned around. I don't know if they turned the blues around in this. I can't remember. It's been a while. I think the last one I opened was a personal box for Aaron of this, but let us see. No, there's a lot turned around. It must be the blues are turned around. Okay. Let's see what we got. Yeah, it looks like the blues are turned around. Ray Davis kicking it off. DJ Moore, rock out. Again, everything is going to ship. Stargazing. All right, here's our first blue. Eric All. Or it's just random cards turned around the pack. Even better. Then you have Javonte Williams, Russell Wilson. There's a Jordan Love Draft Diamonds. By Storm, Jalen Daniels. All right, DeAndre Swift and Jacoby Brissett. There's a Drake May base rookie. There's a Rockout Jaden Daniels, so he's showing up in this box. Patriots Way introductions. Drake May. Johnny Wilson. All right, all these are flipped around, and we come right to here. Jared Goff. Joey Bosa. J.J. McCarthy, rock out. Mr. Irrelevant. Romeo Odunze. Austin Eckler. Is it a blue Austin Eckler? Yes, it is. All right. So weird how they set these up. All right, Chris Olave. Got a Bo Nix, Stargazing. Tip Riemann. And we got a numbered card coming. Here's our first number. Karen Williams, Joe Burrow, blue. And then a numbered card of Michael Pratt to 499. Looking for blue. All right. There's Jordan Morgan. Same picture. Jonathan Taylor. Kirk Cousins. All right. Let me put these away. Last little stack here. Kalen Bullock. Liafu. Jonathan Taylor, rock out. Dallas Turner, roll tide. Darius Robinson. Ramon Stevenson and Cortland Sutton. Neighbors rookie. Michael Penix by Storm. Adonai Mitchell. Khalil Mack, DJ Moore. Marvin Harrison by Storm. Joe Milton. Terry McLaurin. And Justin Herbert. All right, we're getting down to it here. Jahmyr Gibbs, roll tide. Introductions again. Chris Broswell. Montez Sweat and Stephon Diggs. McCarthy, Stargazing. Spencer Rattler by Storm. Brock Bowers, blue. It's not bad at all. And then we got Michael Wilson and Puka Nacua. That was a solid box of Absolute. A lot of nice rookie inserts, that's for sure. All right, now comes the fun part. Sleeving all this up. All right, what do we say about that 2020 mixer, guys? 9 left, 60% off using SBB 60 off. All right, let's get that one in. I'm going to put the top quarterback inserts in. McCarthy Stargazing. Penix by Storm. Bo Nix Stargazing. McCarthy again. A couple Jadens. All right. I really like the retro one out of Don Russ. With Jaden. All right, let's do the blues out of Absolute here. All right, not a blue, not a blue, not a blue, not a blue, not a blue. So what do we say? Can we get that 2020 going? Links are in the chat, guys. Definitely gonna need more sleeves. Two more. Put the Absolutes away. So 9 left, 60% off. We can break it tonight and get it shipped out. If not a big deal. Just be pushed along. 60% will stay on it. Other breaks on the site too, guys. Check out our loyalty program. The more you spend per month, the more you get out for breaks. Alright, DJ Moore. Khalil Mack. Also have those personals, guys. Also have the personals. All right, one more of the absolute. All right, absolutes are done. Now, what do we got here? 48 blues times 2. Right? So 96 blues here, I think, give or take. I think I like doing it better at the end than during, unless it's a huge hit. The exciting part of breaks. Listen, we fill up that mixer, I will stop doing this, and we'll get right into it. I'm just doing it, again, to show that the cards are getting sleeved and not destroyed, but may give some time for this to fill. Definitely gonna need more sleeves. Football's starting soon. Can't wait. So what do we think of the AP Top 25? I think it's a little, and I'm an SEC guy, and I think it's a little SEC heavy. I do like these Beckett top loaders, though. Compared to Ultra Pro and BCW, I'm not getting as many that the glue's coming apart. All right, getting down to last call for that mixer, guys. And I jinxed it. Look at that. that. I jinxed it. There we go. Glued together there. No, they're glued. Feels like there's something in there. Talk about that. Jinx. All right. I just noticed that the rookies are press proofs. They're all press proofs. The rookie one is up here. These are down here. Got it. Legion of Boom. God, am I old. All right, let me get some more holders here. See if we can fill up that 2020 mixer. Anybody want any personals? Got a couple of those left. All right, one step to go here. All right. Rock. Kittle. Here's my boy with his visor, Jimmy. He's got a fork stuck in his eye when he was a kid. Had to wear a visor. I was a Bears fan. And that book, I remember it sitting on the chalkboard in my 3rd grade class, his biography. I must have read it every time we had to pick out a book to read, I'd pick that. I must have read it. I couldn't even tell you. And then I found out he got traded to the Chargers. And I moved to be a Charger fan. I was a Charger, Laker, Giants fan growing up in the 80s and 90s. Talk about my parents having a tough time getting me stuff. Out of Pennsylvania. So anytime anything Chargers was around, we bought it. I remember my first Chargers hat. My mom's like, why do you even want that? I was like, oh, Jim McMahon got traded here. So what year would that have been? Because what, 94, 95 is when Stan Humphries was there. Had to be early 90s. 90. These are already done. To look that up now. Because I remember Seiya was there, so he was 90. And that's what made me stay with the Chargers. So 90, I would have been 9. Yikes. I remember the shop. I don't even know if the shop's still open. It might be. Sports memorabilia shop. And I don't even know why we were in there. It's a big one of those foam fronts with the mesh in the back. All right, Grandpa, tell us some more. Almost done here, guys. All right. All right, appreciate you guys filling that one up. Get it shipped out in the next shipping batch.